Welcome back. Another debutant on Chartbusters. Today, NCR-based real estate developer SignatureGlobal has delivered a rather good listing. Mr. Rajat Kathuria, the CEO of the company, joins us on the show. Hi, Rajat, and welcome to the show. Congratulations, first of all, on a solid listing. I guess it's good timings as well for the industry on the whole, and you have capitalized on that. So pretty good news. As we speak, the stock is up close to around 15% in case you hadn't looked at the ticker. But Rajat, give us a few details. Most of the money that you've raised will be used to repay some debt. So could you tell us what is the debt now, post that repayment, point number one? And prior to this, what was the cost of debt that you were borrowing at?
Sure. Morning, Mangalam. Thanks a lot for calling us on your show, and very important day for us. In less than 10 years of inception, managed to achieve this milestone of being listed. So very proud moment for the company and everyone associated with us. So our net debt number as of March 31, 2023 was 1100 odd crores. Out of the issue proceeds, about 430 crores will be getting utilized to repay the existing debt. So it will be around 670 odd crores, or between 650 and 700 odd crores.
All right. So that is likely to be your debt picture. Just wanted to understand, a couple of other things as well. You were looking at land acquisition too. What is the kind of money that you're earmarking for land acquisition? Where will you buy that? And sales volumes outlook for FY24, what do you have on your mind?
So see, the market's been doing quite well over the last 2 years, and we've built up a fairly good portfolio of land in the company. Even going forward, our intent is to stay within the same region and kind of continue our focus on mid-income housing, which we've been doing along with affordable housing. So if you look at the entire portfolio picture, we've completed about 6 million square foot. There's another 17 million which we have launched and is at various stages of development. And there's another 21 million square foot, which is in the forthcoming category, which we'll be putting up in the market in foreseeable future. So we have a fairly good sort of, land resource with us at this point in time. Out of the issue proceeds, about 170 crores are earmarked for general corporate purposes and for, land acquisitions as well. We'll continue to be active on, certain acquisitions within our home geography, which is Gurgaon and peripheral markets.
Okay, but we missed that number. For FY24, what will you do? You have given us the pipeline. You have given us what's in store. But, the stock market loves numbers. So if you could give us a broad guidance for this year, that's for FY24, what kind of a sales in volume or in, in rupee crore terms, what could you do in FY25? Since you already have so much in the pipeline.
So, Mangalam, I'll put it this way, that last 2 years, we've, literally doubled the size of the company. We were at 1,600 odd crores in FY21. FY23, we crossed 3,400 odd crores. Given the current market situation, our position in terms of our land resource, as well as, the fact that we are now much better capitalized than before, we expect the growth to continue. But, I'll just refrain from giving a particular number at this stage for FY24 and 25, but the growth prospects look very strong for the company.
All right. Growth prospects look strong. The other thing that the stock market likes, Rajat, is operating cash flow. In the last year, it was a negative, closer to 300 crores.
Yes.
What's the outlook here? I mean, will it continue to be the case if you continue to develop more? At what point does the OCF turn positive?
So, OCF before land acquisition, Mangalam, was positive last year. So, we collected about 1,900 plus crores from operations in the previous fiscal year, FY23. Collections are going strong even in the current year as well. But in the previous year, before we invested any money into land, we had an operating cash surplus of 691 crores. So, every year we've been creating fairly good operating cash surplus. So was the case last year. We invested quite a bit of that free cash into land acquisitions, which turned the overall net cash surplus into a negative zone. But otherwise, we've been generating fairly good operating cash flows, and that number's been growing at a fairly staggering pace. If you look at the last 3 years, our, collection from customers has grown for over 50% on an annual basis.
And if you could tell us, Rajat, what is your rough selling price per square foot?
So Gurgaon tends to be couple of categories. So if it's affordable, in Gurgaon, the price is at 5,000 rupees a foot. If you'll talk of, mid-income housing in Gurgaon, we are doing it between 8,000 and 9,000 rupees per square foot as of today. In Sona, it tends to be about, 15% lower.
So on an average, I take it at around
So on an average, we are between 7,500 to 8,000 bucks.
And you were saying
7,500 to 8,000 bucks.
21 million square feet is in the pipeline, in the years to come. So roughly, you're looking at what? More than $1.5 billion worth of sales. 14,000 crores at least.
That could be a very reasonable conclusion.
No, we're just doing the back of the envelope calculations. At 7,000, it's close to around 15,000.
No, absolutely.
You have a little more than that. It's closer to 16,000. But, just wanted to understand one more thing. We've been speaking to a bunch of real estate players here as well. They say that there is lower demand in the affordable and the mid segment right now over the last couple of years, understandably because of the weakness that we're seeing in those sections. However, no dearth of demand in the upper end of the luxury curve. Would you ever look at going down that path, launching a couple of luxury projects to enjoy higher realizations and perhaps be recession-proof out there? Are you looking at that?
So, Mangalam, I differ on the view in terms of demand. We feel that whether it's affordable or mid-income, the challenge is not of demand, the challenge is of supply. Talking of affordable housing, over the last 8 or 9 years, every time we've come up with a project, we've seen oversubscription in terms of demand numbers from our customers. Mid-income also is going very strong. We feel both of these segments are quite non-cyclical in nature. Premium segment as well is doing well for the last 2 years, which gets a lot of limelight. But in our view, you pick any segment in housing sector across the country is going strong, especially in the Delhi NCR market where we operate. As far as our strategy is concerned, we do not plan to get into premium housing segment. We have enough and more work to do in the mid-income and affordable segments.
Okay, all right, Rajat. And by the way, this was Nigel and Mangalam. Both of us have enjoyed having a chat with you. And for future as well, we love numbers. So whenever you join on the show,
likewise,
we'll be trying to get the most from you. Wishing you a good day and congratulations on a good listing.
Pleasure speaking with you.